There is a leaked video of Nevaeh with another man, and the receipts that people online found, the nails, the hair, the date, put that video at the exact same time she was already pregnant with what everybody assumed was Blueface's baby.
Now, before you say you already saw the clip on TikTok, you saw 30 seconds. You did not see the full timeline of how social media connected that video to a specific live stream she did with Blueface on April 8th, and you definitely did not see everything that happened after. And if you think this is going to be another video with no actual answers, we have the paternity test announcement, we have Rela Coleman's sonogram, we have the due date, we have the receipts. This is not a theory video. This is a breakdown.
Blue Tweets was one of the first accounts to connect the dots, matching Nevaeh's exact hair and nails in that video to the April 8th gym stream she did with Blueface while visibly pregnant. And then Karlissa, his own mother, went on live stream and said she prays it is a coincidence, because if that baby is not his, she does not think Blueface will be able to love another woman again. When his mom is saying that out loud on camera, this is not just drama anymore.
By the end of this video, you are going to know exactly who Nevaeh is and why he went public, what Rela Coleman's sonogram actually confirmed, and why Blueface is still not responding to her, what Karlissa said about all three women that she cannot take back, and where the paternity situation actually stands right now. Everything in order, everything sourced. Let's get into it. Girl, before we go any further, tap the like button right now, because I spent 3 days building this timeline, and my search history looks like I am personally filing a paternity case on Blueface's behalf. The least you can do is like the video. My browser has not recovered. I have not recovered. Tap it. Before we get into the current situation, his history matters for understanding why none of what is happening right now surprises anyone who has been paying attention. Born Jonathan Michael Porter on January 20th, 1997 in Los Angeles, he came up fast. Thotiana hit number 8 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 2018, and an intentionally offbeat rap style turned him into a viral sensation almost overnight. But almost from the moment he blew up, the personal life became as much of the story as the music, and the drama between the women in his orbit and his mother Karlissa has played out almost entirely on social media and live streams. Which brings us to the children, because you need to understand the full picture before we get to where things stand now. Before this current situation, Blueface had 3 confirmed children with 2 women. With Jaden Alexis, he has a son named Javon Jonathan Porter, born April 29th, 2019, and a daughter named Journey Alexis Porter, born August 5th, 2022. Then there is Krishan Rock, who went into labor in September 2023 and live-streamed the entire birth on Instagram Live. And Blueface was not in the room for any of it. He was in Miami at Live nightclub, and that detail alone tells you everything you need to know about the energy we are dealing with. The paternity of Krishan Rock's son went back and forth publicly for years, and we are going to touch on that timeline because it matters for understanding the pattern. In February 2025, Krishan Rock shared DNA test results that identified Blueface as the father of her son, which should have closed it. None of that mattered, because in March of 2026, Blueface posted on Twitter that her son is not his biological child, that he can no longer continue the plot, and that it does not feel right to be called an absent father to a child he insists is not his. That dispute remains open, and it establishes something worth keeping in mind as we go through everything else. Acknowledged, denied, re-acknowledged, re-denied. That is the documented pattern with this man. Hold on to that. Now, let's talk about the prison stint, because that is where this current chapter begins.
January 2024, Blueface turned himself in for violating his probation, which was connected to a 2021 assault case involving a security guard in California. Before that, in 2022, he had pled guilty to battery and discharging a firearm into an occupied building in Las Vegas, with the original charge being attempted murder before it was dropped as part of a plea deal. August 2024 brought a 4-year sentence. What nobody expected was how quickly the early release would come, because by early November 2025, he was already a free man, having served just over a year, with California Department of Corrections and Rehabilitation records confirming he became eligible for parole that month. He walked out in November 2025, and within weeks, the relationship drama was already running. Almost immediately after the prison release, a woman named Nevaeh, real name Akira Williams, started appearing in Blueface's social media content. December 2025 brought the first wave of fan speculation after she nearly revealed what looked like a pregnancy test during one of her own live streams, though nothing was confirmed yet. The internet was already watching.
And then, in what has become a Blueface signature move at this point, he posted publicly that Nevaeh had been cut from the roster. She did not make the team, he wrote. This is a dictatorship, not a democracy. That was around January 2026, so she was done, finished, removed from the situation entirely. Except, a month later, she was pregnant, and they were announcing it together on Twitch.
February 22nd, 2026, Blueface jumped on a live stream with Nevaeh and held up 2 positive pregnancy tests to the camera, and both of them looked genuinely shocked by the results. The excitement that followed, though, was delivered in a way that only Blueface could manage. Turning to the camera, he told her, "Welcome to the Blueface Cavaliers, baby. You've been selected. You're having a Blueface baby. Congratulations, you made it." He congratulated her like she had passed an audition, like a prize had just been awarded on a game show. And Nevaeh's response to all of it was, "I aborted the last one, but it feels immaculate."
The internet ran with that exchange immediately. One commenter wrote that he was congratulating her like she's about to be a single mother or something. And another person posted that Blueface was not wasting any time. The overall reaction was that particular mixture of dark humor, disbelief, and genuine concern that tends to follow anything involving this man. Nevaeh already had a son from a previous relationship, making this her second child. For Blueface, if confirmed, this would be his 4th.
The very next day, February 23rd, he went back on livestream and told viewers he was focused on one thing: a great, healthy pregnancy. Nevaeh will not be in the club. She will not be partying, drinking, or smoking, or doing any of that stuff, he said. And she was sitting right beside him, appearing to agree with all of it. Karlissa, for her part, posted something warm on February 22nd. "Kids are a blessing. If he happy, I'm happy. Congratulations to them both, and may God bless the baby." That is the most supportive thing Karlissa has publicly said about any of her son's relationships in recent memory, and it is worth noting because it did not hold.
If you just processed that she went from cut from the roster to holding a positive pregnancy test on Twitch in less than 30 days and your body physically reacted, subscribe right now, because I genuinely need you to be here for what comes next, and I am not above begging. This is the only place that is going to walk you through every single chapter of this saga in order with the receipts every time something drops. And trust me, with Blueface, something always drops. I am on my knees. Tap the button, please. March 2, 2026, Blueface and Nevaeh held the gender reveal via livestream. A baby boy was coming, they announced, and the name would be Solar Porter. The internet flooded into reaction mode immediately. Here is where Karlissa's role in this drama started shifting. Before the actual reveal, she had already posted on her Instagram stories that the baby was going to be a girl, writing, "It's a girl, and I already knew she was coming." She was wrong about that. But the reveal itself was not the moment that caused the real fallout. After the announcement, Karlissa reposted the stream clip and added her own commentary, writing, "Is it me, or did she grab her son like we hit the jackpot, lol, then grabbed the baby daddy, and I'm not mad, lol, congrats to y'all both." Nevaeh's response was to block her.
Karlissa then went online to process being blocked in the first trimester, criticized the idea of having babies with strangers, and then turned around and said that if Nevaeh actually knew her, she would have laughed at it as a joke. She also offered congratulations to what she called her bloodline, which means that within the span of a few posts, she had poked fun, gotten blocked, defended the poke, criticized the pregnancy, and congratulated the baby. If you have been following Karlissa for any length of time, you already know this is exactly how she operates.
The internet split on this one. Instagram user @QTPie19 wrote, Karlissa be negative AF, cause what jackpot? Why not just congratulate? It is your grandchild no matter what. Others thought Nevaeh had overreacted. And a fair number of people were pointing out, correctly, that Karlissa has a well-documented history of throwing shade at every woman Blueface has ever been involved with.
That history includes the December 2025 physical altercation between Karlissa and Nevaeh at an event hosted by streamer N3on, which Karlissa later described as a misunderstanding before saying they returned to good terms. She had also previously gone after Nevaeh online after a tattoo of Blueface's name appeared under Nevaeh's chin misspelled, and Karlissa did not let that go quietly.
The blocking during the gender reveal suggested that good terms had not been as stable as advertised, and behind the scenes of all the pregnancy announcements and name reveals, other things were already in motion. By late April 2026, those things started coming out one by one. A video from one of Blueface's live streams started spreading in late April 2026, and the reaction to it was immediate and harsh. In the clip, Blueface is arguing with Nevaeh, who is visibly pregnant at this point, and $12,000 a month comes up repeatedly because that is the amount he claims to pay her. Every time she raises a complaint, the money gets referenced. When she asks whether the other women in his life receive the same amount, he doubles down and tells her they do not, so she has no reason to complain. The clip ends with him asking for a kiss and then telling her to get TF out. One commenter responded, "This is mental anguish. Ain't no way I could take one day of that for no amount of money." Another put it plainly, $12,000 ain't enough for all the disrespect. A third comment read, "I don't feel sorry for her. She know what she signed up for." And that one triggered its own separate debate about where accountability sits in a situation like this. What most people watching that clip agreed on, though, was that they had seen this exact dynamic before. The pattern with Krishan Rock, the pattern with Jade and Alexis, financial leverage, public arguments on camera, the same architecture playing out again with a different person in the baby mama seat. Critics were not reacting to a single bad moment. They were reacting to a recognizable blueprint. And that was not even the biggest story of that week, because right as that clip was circulating, a woman named Rela Coleman stepped forward. April 28, 2026, Instagram account @LiveBites shared a carousel of posts from Rela Coleman, a woman claiming that Blueface is her baby daddy too. What was and was not verified here matters, so let's be precise. Rela shared an apparent positive pregnancy test document on Instagram, and that document listed an expected delivery date of December 29, 2026. She also shared what she claimed were text messages exchanged between herself and Blueface from early April 2026. Neither the document nor the texts were independently confirmed by a third-party source, meaning we are working entirely with what she chose to share publicly. That does not mean it is false, but the verification stops at her own account. What is confirmed is what happened on Blueface's Twitch stream the weekend just before April 28th. A voicemail from a woman played on the stream, and in it she told him they had been together earlier that month and she was pregnant and keeping the baby. Nevaeh, who was present on the stream, was heard yelling at him about having unprotected sex. She was visibly pregnant at this point, and Blueface's reaction to that voicemail, according to Hot New Hip Hop, who covered the moment, was to laugh. On her own platforms, Rela has been spilling about being ignored by Blueface despite her attempts to reach him. She posted her first sonogram, which settled the question of whether she is actually pregnant. She is.
And then she went on to say that she sent Blueface a picture of the ultrasound, messaged him, "Thanks, data," and still got no response.
Quick pause, because Rela just sent this man a sonogram picture, typed "thanks data," and got left on read. Left on read by the alleged father of her unborn child. And you have the audacity to be watching this video without being subscribed? Don't subscribe. Genuinely, stay unsubscribed. Let your whole group chat find out about the DNA results before you do. Be the last person to know when Blueface finally responds to Rela, or doesn't, and watch everyone else talking about it while you're 3 days late asking, "Wait, what happened?" That's fine. I'm sure that's a great feeling. I dare you.
She confirmed her due date is December 29th and that she is 8 weeks along. Her take on the whole situation was that she was stepping back from the circus, watching from a distance, and eating the popcorn rather than getting pulled into the disrespect. Her exact words were, "I'm cool in the back. Not all in the mix with all the drama and the disrespect. I'm cool where I'm at." She has also been throwing shade at the whole Nevaeh paternity situation from a distance, posting on her Instagram, showing how nobody has come forward to dispute her baby the way they have with Nevaeh's, essentially pointing out that at least her situation is straightforward, even if Blueface refuses to acknowledge it.
YouTube commentary from May 1st, 2026 shows her taking a second live pregnancy test on camera. A second video from May 6th, 2026 references a $100,000 demand she allegedly made and Blueface's response to it, though those specific details have not been confirmed by any verified news source and should be treated accordingly.
Karlissa weighed in on Rela's posts with her signature energy, writing, "Now we know the font fit the profile type, but I'll take all that babies that pass the DNA test." Skeptical, joking, but leaving the door open if the DNA confirms it. That is Karlissa's entire operating mode, and it has been consistent from the beginning.
Here is the development that really sent the comment sections into overdrive, and it is the one that brought the whole situation to a head. April 27th, 2026, the same day Rela Coleman's posts were spreading everywhere, Nevaeh announced publicly that she would be taking a paternity test. The reason was that an ex-boyfriend, a man people online were already calling her side dude, had come forward claiming that he, not Blueface, was the father of the baby she was currently carrying.
Let that land for a moment. At this exact point in time, Blueface is dealing with a pregnant girlfriend whose paternity is being challenged by her ex, a second baby mama named Rela Coleman claiming he has been ignoring her and her sonogram, and the ongoing Christine Rock situation where he is publicly denying paternity of a child a DNA test identified as his. All three of these threads are live simultaneously.
The ex-boyfriend making the claim about Nevaeh's baby has been identified in YouTube commentary as a man named Nevaeh, who reportedly came forward publicly around May 8th, 2026, claiming to have DM proof and demanding Blueface call him directly. Social media account Blue Tweets was credited with being among the first to connect the dots, matching Nevaeh's hair and nails visible in the video to a specific date, April 8th, when she streamed with Blueface at the gym and was visibly pregnant. That cross-referencing is what turned a leaked video into a full timeline question online. Those details come from YouTube gossip coverage and the competitor content circulating in this space, not from a verified news outlet, so treat that accordingly.
Okay, so Blue Tweets connected the entire timeline from nail polish color and a gym live stream, and the comment sections collectively lost their minds. And if you have been nodding along this entire video knowing something was off from the beginning, Karlissa can feel when you don't hit the like button. She is somewhere on a live stream right now, and she knows. She has the same energy as a woman who tracks everything. She tracks everything. Like the video so she doesn't come for you next. And drop a comment below. Do you think that baby is Blueface's or not? Because the comments on my last video were more accurate than the actual gossip accounts, and I need your read on this.
What is confirmed is Nevaeh's own announcement that she was taking the test, which Hot New Hip Hop captured and reported. A separate layer of online speculation opened up when footage circulated of Hazel E. appearing with a man that people online claimed was the father of Nevaeh's existing son, her first child from before all of this. Hazel E. was apparently identifying the man on camera and laughing about it. Nevaeh has not publicly addressed that clip at all.
The question sitting in the middle of everything right now is whether Blueface is actually the baby daddy of Nevaeh's child. As of May 21st, 2026, no confirmed public paternity test result exists. That answer may come, but right now, it remains open.
Karlissa Saffold Harvey has been a full character in this storyline from the very beginning, and she deserves her own section because her presence throughout this saga is genuinely hard to parallel with any other celebrity parent. She live streams, she posts, she calls into her son's streams mid-episode to ask him to promote her book, she throws shade at his baby mamas on Instagram, she shows up at events, and she is, in many ways, as visible in this drama as any of the women directly involved. Here is the arc of her involvement in this particular chapter. The warm congratulations came first in February when she posted that kids are a blessing and she was happy if he was happy. That was followed by the jackpot comment during the gender reveal, which got her blocked, which she then processed online by posting about being blocked in the first trimester. The reaction to being blocked included both criticizing the pregnancy and congratulating the bloodline, which is a full emotional range to run through in a single afternoon.
Then came early April, when Blueface called her mid-livestream. She immediately asked him to post her book, he asked her to apologize to Nevaeh. She told him they had already apologized 60 episodes ago. He told her to do it again. And she fired back asking what he planned to apologize for, specifically referencing an alleged incident where she claims he bet Krishan Rock to beat her up. His response was to say he would post her book. Then he cut her off. All of this on a public live stream with an audience watching every second of it.
April 8, 2026, she posted something that removed any remaining ambiguity about how she actually felt, writing, "My son is a washed-up rapper with a group of dirty pennies for BMs, and nobody gives a how you feel about me." In the same general period, she referred to Nevaeh using deeply derogatory language, called her a surrogate incubator, and posted that her son was not allowed to fraternize with criminals. The same woman who wrote, "May God bless the baby" in February was spilling all of that in April, while the baby she was writing about was still in the womb.
None of this is new behavior from Karlissa. She feuded with Krishan Rock, she had the physical altercation at the N3On event, she commented on the misspelled tattoo. She has been a consistent and unavoidable presence across every chapter of her son's personal life, and she has given no indication that is going to change.
What makes her role in this specific moment notable is that she was not just throwing shade. She went on live stream and raised genuine questions about the timeline of Blueface and Nevaeh's pregnancy, reportedly saying she prays it is a coincidence because she does not think Blueface will be able to love another woman again if this baby turns out not to be his. That is not a joke. That is Karlissa expressing real concern underneath all the commentary, and it put her skepticism in the same territory as what a lot of people in the comment sections were already thinking. She became a mirror for public doubt, delivered in her own very particular way.
Blueface himself is worth looking at directly because his behavior across these weeks tells its own story. He laughed at the voicemail from a woman claiming to be his new baby mama. He used a monthly payment to a visibly pregnant girlfriend as a point of leverage in a public argument. He denied paternity of Krishan Rock's child on Twitter in March 2026, despite a DNA test from February 2025 identifying him as the father. Blueface himself is worth looking at directly because his behavior across these weeks tells its own story. He laughed at the voicemail from a woman claiming to be his new baby mama. He used a monthly payment to a visibly pregnant girlfriend as a point of leverage in a public argument. He denied paternity of Krishan Rock's child on Twitter in March 2026, despite a DNA test from February 2025 identifying him as the father. He appeared to be in a relationship with Nevaeh while simultaneously alleged to be with Harvard Bree, a woman who was caught on camera throwing bricks at his father's house and also allegedly sleeping with Rela Coleman. And then, with all of that in motion, reports from May 2026 placed him on a live stream talking to two 18-year-old women he had apparently started spending time with.
DJ Academics reacted to a clip of that interaction and expressed something between disbelief and exhaustion. During the stream, Blueface had told his chat, "You gotta think, chat, every year it's a girl turning 18. That quote is doing a lot of things at once, and none of them are flattering."
What Blueface has not done is respond formally to most of the criticism surrounding him. He has not addressed the backlash from the $12,000 livestream argument. He has not confirmed or denied Rela Coleman's baby mama claims beyond laughing at her voicemail on stream. He has not commented publicly on the side dude disputing paternity of Nevaeh's baby. His confirmed public statements across this entire period amount to the excitement during the pregnancy announcement, the declaration of wanting a great, healthy pregnancy, the Twitter denial of Krishan Rock's son's paternity in March, and the $12,000 argument with Nevaeh on livestream. That is the record, and it is a specific kind of record.
Through all of this, Nevaeh made her own choices about what to say publicly, and those choices are worth looking at on their own terms. Announcing the paternity test was her decision, made proactively to address the claims from her ex, and her stated intention, according to Hot New Hip Hop, was to put the doubts to rest. She was not waiting for someone else to force the issue.
In the middle of all of this drama, though, she also posted an Instagram story calling herself blessed to have Blueface as a partner and a bonus father to her son. The reactions to that post were a genuine cross-section of how people online were reading the whole situation. One commenter wrote, "Cool, sis, he actually might like you." Another described the phrasing as sounding like a DoorDash review. Someone referenced his history directly. "Girl, he was just with Jaden." And one more cut straight to the point. "You see how he acts towards other women and his kids and think you different? Is insane."
That last comment captures the feeling that runs underneath this entire story. Everyone who becomes a baby mama in Blueface's orbit seems to believe, at least for a period, that their situation is the exception, that they are the one who got through. And then the live stream clips circulate, and the voicemails play on stream, and the side dudes come forward, and Karlissa starts spilling again, and the whole thing looks exactly like the chapter that came before it.
Here is where everything lands. November 2025 brought Blueface out of prison. Weeks later, Nevaeh Akira was in his content. By February 22, 2026, they were holding up positive pregnancy tests on Twitch, and he was telling her she had been selected for the Blueface Cavaliers. March brought a gender reveal, a baby boy named Solar Porter, and Karlissa getting blocked after the jackpot comment. Late April brought Rela Coleman's alleged pregnancy documents and text messages, a first sonogram she posted publicly, a due date of December 29th, and Blueface's silence in response to all of it. The livestream argument about $12,000 a month dropped in the same week. Nevaeh announced she was taking a paternity test because her side dude was claiming the baby might not be Blueface's. May brought a man named Nova stepping forward publicly with DMs, DJ Academics reacting to the 18-year-olds, and Karlissa somewhere in the middle of all of it, posting and throwing shade and calling in and getting blocked and going live and saying she prays it is all just a coincidence.
No confirmed public paternity result exists for Nevaeh's baby as of May 21, 2026. Rela Coleman's baby mama claims have not been independently verified. Blueface has not addressed most of the criticism against him directly.
What is confirmed is the pattern. The same architecture that surrounded Krishan Rock, the same one that ran through the Jaden Alexis chapter, is running again right now, with new names in the same positions. Public drama, paternity disputes, DNA test questions, livestream arguments, social media receipts, the baby daddy denials, and the mother throwing shade from the sidelines. All of it present, all of it familiar. Nevaeh's post calling herself blessed went up in the middle of all of this, and the internet read it like a statement and commented on it like a verdict. Whether it reflects genuine happiness, a coping mechanism, or something else entirely, only she knows. But the comment sections did not hesitate to offer their opinions, and Karlissa did not hesitate to spill hers.
More will come out. There will be more live streams, more posts, and a paternity result that will probably surface eventually and will probably come with another development sitting right next to it. Subscribe before you close this tab, because the paternity test results for Nevaeh's baby have not dropped yet. Nova is still publicly demanding Blueface call him. Rela's due date is December 29th, and I will be here breaking down every single development the second it happens. If you don't subscribe and you miss the moment those results come out, I will be forced to cover something completely unrelated just to fill the void. And nobody wants that. Not you, not me, not Karlissa. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and I will see you in the next one, because this story has at least 4 more chapters left in it, and we are nowhere near finished.